I'm intrigued with the purpose of visual art. What can it do? And perhaps it can in some way create a metaphor for the confluence of change, the rate of change that we're going through at the moment. Because I've always been interested in materiality, and sense this kind of inner volition in matter, that was very central to my work. I think it brings me to a place of connection with what's happening now in terms of us as human beings being not just connected, but being in a coexistent sense of being with nature. When I was in college, which was the 70s, it was sort of understood that somehow one would commit to feminism very heavily, and I found I couldn't, because I really wanted to address humanity, and in a way put me at a sort of almost neutral angle to things, which I think I've maintained. When I began in college, I loved the idea of having something standing and waiting for me when I went back into the room, and the kind of confrontation and the intense dialogue that generated. I'm drawing in space. Well, the title of this exhibition is called Maelstrom. It has evolved over a period of 2 years. I did a first piece, which was a test because it's a large-scale spiral, which in the first iteration was about 2.5 meters in diameter with 9 rotations. And I wanted to do this in the most minimal fashion. And it was very much concerned with finding a metaphor for the kind of turbulence we're in at the moment. And this idea of a spiral both ingests space and in a newness of creation, and it also destroys. So it's a kind of a dual directional force, and it has a sense of deep time connection. So I was aware of Newgrange locally as being relevant. And also, Yeats's writing, A Vision, where he talks about gyres and interconnected conical forms. Now, the show also contains another fairly formative piece, which involves working with aluminium, which is absolutely pulsatingly amazing material to work with. It's titled, All Things Seem to Touch, So They Are. Individual things, or what might apparently look like individual things, bring one another into being. That new perception, in a sense, a deepening perception and consciousness with nature. In companion with this body of work, I'm doing a piece which engages with the Highlanes Collection, and I found this fascinating. I kept thinking of, connecting points between the collection and what I'm doing. And so I titled it Connecting Tissue Between, which is a quotation from Brian Dillon's book published by Fitzcarraldo called Affinities. It's a beautiful idea that one begins to articulate that space between things as a tissue. I decided I would use a series of works I've done over a longer period of time in collaboration with Coracle Press. So they then are in dialogue, if you like, with the pieces that I've chosen. I learned a lot about collaboration from this whole process, where I might do something, they'd go away and do another. And so it was a very natural layering as a sense of search in the show, which is facilitated by this imaging. So you see, I had a great time really with the Highlanes, exploring